All right, we are live. It is some day of the week. It is Wednesday. We are doing sewing today. Or at least we're going to be trying to do some sewing today. That is the plan. Alrighty. So hope everybody's had a good day. Hope y'all are surviving this heat. It's pretty hot here. We currently are at 88 degrees, which in and of itself isn't terrible. However, our feels like when the dew point and humidity and all that is factored in is 101. So it's a little toasty, to say the least. So we had to try to get the doggo to understand, the one older doggo, that it was just much too hot for his old self to be plodding along at the working place today. And it really hasn't cooled down any at all, so we had to try to make him understand that out in front of the house was going to be it today. And how very sorry we are. But that's the best it's gonna be. Alright, I'll get my string separated out here. So we're currently working on our leaves here. Get my pattern out. Now, I was deeply concerned that I don't have enough green to complete the leaves. Now, when I went back and looked, because I wanted to look at the reviews and see if anybody talked about being short on thread, I did see towards the bottom of the listing post that the company mentioned if you ran out of a color to contact them and let them know the color number that they give you over here, and they would send you more. I don't know if that means I have to pay for shipping or if I have to pay extra for it. I don't know, but it did say something about they would be able to send you more. But I'm just going to two-tone my leaves with another color green that I have. That ended up being my solution in case. But since I didn't want to be in the middle of a leaf and find out, oh no, now what? I've pre-planned ahead, and everybody that's got a red dot on it is going to be the other color. Now, they did supply me with 2 needles. I'm going to use one of my own. Mostly because the needles they gave me seemed very chunky for this. Like, these are pretty substantial needles compared to the one I'm using. Considering that this is mostly 2-strand. They had in the instructions that like most of these stitches are 2-strand. There's several stitches that are several parts of this that are 1-strand. So I was like, that's a very thick needle choice. a very large needle choice for a lot of single strand. Like that needle choice made a little bit more sense in my brain if one was, I don't know, doing like 6 strand or even 3 strand, like bunch of French knots and stuff. That seems a little much for 2 strand. It seemed like it was a very thick needle for this fabric. Personally, I felt like that was going to leave quite a hole behind. I do apologize. The back of my hand is all sorts of messed up. Mr. Bean decided I needed some new decorations on the back of my hand. I'm sort of zoomed in. Hopefully I'm zoomed in enough. We will find out. If I need to zoom in further, please let me know. If I do zoom in further, though, I will end up cutting off part of the view of the pattern where we're not currently working. Just keep that in mind. I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure that you're okay with that. Leaf stitch is not my greatest. But, you know, we'll do the best that we can. That's all we can do, right? Cats are playing with something. I think they found a spring. So we're just gonna let them play with that. I was gonna start a little bit earlier, but Mr. Bean decided that he was going to lay directly under my hoop stand here. And gonna try to take a nap, except I kept moving my hand. And I was taking breaks petting him, and I'm like, guy, you kind of can't stay there. That's not a napping place. It's like I'm about to do a thing. I don't want you there because I'm gonna poke you. And I guess he finally realized there wasn't as much fun to be had there after all. And I thought, oh dear, no. Let's not do that. Thank you. I thought he had gotten on the bed. Apparently, I was mistaken. Because now he's kind of half-heartedly batting something around on the floor. And at this point, if it keeps him out of trouble, then that is fine. So I have this half of the leaf that I'm currently working on to finish. That didn't. Did I just come back up? Didn't think I had come back up through the same spot. But I think Doggo's gonna be grumbly tonight, so I do apologize for that. Because he's gonna figure out that, hey, outing didn't happen. So he's probably gonna be sassy. But I'll tell you, it's hot in here. It's actually the hottest it's been in here all day. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be. We'll do okay until like 5 o'clock, and then it gets real hot in here. But yeah, I have this side of the sleeve to finish. And then I have to do the other side of it over here. And then we have the upper ones to work on. Did not think that was the same hole. Apparently. It seems to have been. Probably going to do all of the leaves with the color that came with first. And then start adding in that new color. I know technically Holly's all the one dark color, but it's okay. It's dark-ish. It's not the same shade of dark. I did not have this shade to pull from already on me. But that's okay. We can add to it a little bit, jazz it up. My mom is lurking about. And while her vision isn't that good, I'm trying to make sure she's not gonna walk in. And see what we're working on. I don't always hear her. Sometimes I can hear her cane tapping, but not all the time. So I think I'm gonna try to do the berries like after I've done all of the leaves. So that way I don't mess them up. Because that would be a pain. To try to come back and fix. Just trying to make sure that I have gotten as close as I can in there. Don't have any weird gaps showing up. Like I said, this stitch is not a strong one of mine. At all. Now, these snowflakes in the background, they're in this like blue colored ink here. They're supposed to be white. I might change that. I think I have like an icy white light blue. That I think might work a little bit better on this white background. If only to break up how much white there is. Because, I mean, there would be the texture of the stitching, but I'm not real sure how visible it's really, oh shit, it's really gonna be. Oh, now. There we go. I also don't think the camera is gonna pick up the white on the white background very well. I mean, that could just be me feeling that way, but I'm already gonna change up one of the leaf colors, then I might as well change up more than the leaf color, I suppose. Now, look here. Why? Why you gotta be like that, huh? We were having a good time. You didn't have to. Didn't have to go and do that. That seems a little bit uncalled for. Well, that didn't really help matters, did it? All right. Let me see here. See if I can get you sorted here. Where we're gonna behave. Just okay, I think that's just the light. Sometimes the light can hit this floss in just a way that kind of makes it feel like it is not fully filled in. Like with any of the floss. My lights are also like up high. They're my light panels for streaming. I'm not sure if a specific like hot light would do me any better for when I'm off streaming. If anyone's had any experience with the hot lights, let me know how you like them. If they're even still a thing. I mean, they might not be. Like, do they get super hot? Do they put out a lot of heat? these lights that I have like 3 light modes on them. One is a cool tone, one is a warm tone. Like, that makes everything almost look like it's orange, warm tone. And then there's like a mix of the two. I guess that's pretty good there. All right, so dark, 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 dark. Okay, so that's going to be that new light color, light color, light color. I might run out of the light color. Light color there. Light color there. Light and light. So this is going to move to the upper section. All right, I'm going to flip this guy over. Because I don't really want to waste the thread traveling that far away. Because, I mean, it's not like a super long journey away, but it's still a slight journey. These scissors are not the greatest, though. I mean, they'll get the job done, but they're a bit flimsy. But the kit was under $10, so I mean, expectations, I suppose. Bean, you got hair? Oh my goodness, Mr. Bane. I mean, they'll cut. They will. That up there for now. Like I said, he was laying under the hoop. Sorry about that. I do need to light an incense, though. Someone did something stinky. And oh my goodness.
What was the black container from? The garbage.
Oh, that was the one that came with the thread
okay,
from Christmas that kept falling apart.
That's right.
Like, it kept unlatching every time.
I remember now. I completely fucking forgot you had that first.
I looked at it. Yeah, I finally got around to getting rid of it. I was hoping maybe it was just circumstantial, so I held on to it, and then while it was sitting here, it kept unlatching without me even touching it, hardly. Okay. So bottom, pretty much done in this shade. I do have some more of this, though, so maybe I would have been okay. But we haven't done the upstairs ones, and if I did have enough to get this done, I was worried I wasn't going to have enough to get that done, you know what I mean? Alright, so how was I doing this? Alright, so this... Alright, I need to see my pattern here. Okay, so this leaf is that one. Oh, that's another. Okay, so that is a leaf. That's leaf. That's leaf. So I think I marked that for the lighter shade that I've got. Right. This was going to be dark. I think this was going to be dark. That's going to be dark. So technically, I don't have that much dark that I marked for up here. There might be more of me in this shot than I wanted there to be. And I do apologize for that. But I also need to see what I am doing. That is such a delicate snowflake. That is going to be tough to pull off for me. Now, another thing I had gone back at the post listing, because I didn't see it in the instructions anywhere, was about the ink of the pattern, if that's supposed to come off. If you get it wet, and supposedly it's supposed to go away, because I did see on the online listing where they talked about not getting the pattern wet. I don't know how long it needs to be wet for. I have not tried to remove any of it yet, obviously. I know my pen that I made the red marks with here, that does come off in water. I tested it with the Bob Ross inspired piece I made. It did take a little more soaking and rinsing multiple times than I thought it would, but it did come off. I just had to rinse it a few times. I had to let it soak for a few minutes, and then I had to just keep kind of rinsing it, let it soak for another couple minutes, that kind of thing. But it did all come off. Let me see if this little visor guy will help me here. I've got the fan on, so the little hair guys are kind of blowing about. So it's not getting in the way too much, hopefully. Hopefully. I'm gonna take that down a little bit. Just to try to get my angle in place here. Okay. Yeah, I actually might end up using more of my own color, but like I said, I was nervous that that was actually going to be enough, right? I guess because it's 2 strands. But at the same time, I also feel like I'm using a fair bit, and I might have some of this particular shade left over. I very well might. But I really didn't want to, hang on, every time I dip my head down. I didn't want this thing too tight, but when I don't have it super tight, it is trying to move around. I'm worried about running out and then it not looking symmetrical. All right, so if I go there. And you know what? If you guys get this kit, you do what you want with it. I suppose when it comes down to it, technically you don't have to use any of the colors that are included. If you don't really want to. You might just be snagging it for the pattern itself. I'm just trying to make sure here that I've not got any gaps in between the stitches here, because that would be slight issue. So if I do have a gap, I would like to fix that now. Well, it is a lot easier to do so. direction on this one has felt a little, just a little awkward for me. The pattern is sticking to my elbow. It's just so hot in here. So I should probably move up before it becomes more of a part of my elbow. Okay. So if you see any pink kind of peeking up through the bottom of the screen there, which is going to be the visor that I popped on to my head to keep with the little wispy hairs tapping me in the eyeball. And an attempt to combat the brighter lights here. Now, supposedly these lights aren't supposed to get hot, right? Because they're LEDs, but they do get warm. They do put out a bit of heat. Nothing like a normal, like regular light bulb, old light bulbs, I guess, because most are LED bulbs now, but these LED bulbs can be very harsh on the eyeballs, at least for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. Like, not only are the LED, like, car headlight bulbs blinding to me, but a lot of them are just very, very bright. But I need them for stream. If I'm off stream doing something and I'm not recording it, I will tend to just use one of them. Alright, so I got that guy. Yeah, that guy not my best. He's a bit messy. There's a tiny little guy right here. Right? I kind of want to do that one, the dark color. Now, the only thing I don't know is if I have a hoop big enough to finish this in, and I don't think I do. Let's see. Does this really not say what? I do not have a finished size on here at all. Huh. Actually, it looks like everything is 2 strands. Is my measuring device right here. So that might be like an 8-inch hoop that I need to get. Oh, right, I could measure it from the bottom, I guess. Maybe. Yeah, approximately. Approximately 8 inches is this hoop that it came with. So, hi, Thumpy Butt. What's the matter? What you big mad about now? I'm not able to hand feed you your second snack roll. You're going to have to eat that on your own because I'm a little busy. Unless Daddy hand feeds it to you. Yeah. What's up? It's still very hot out, guy. Let's check the temperature. Not as bad as it was, but it still feels like it's 98 degrees outside, guy. The best we can offer is a snack roll and maybe a dentist stick.
The best I can do is give you a dentist.
Oh, you're not going to give him a...
I will after.
I wouldn't give her one.
No, I'm just gonna give her.
I'm not sure if that upset Snuffle's stomach earlier this week. That. And there. I actually thought some of this was single strand, but looking at the directions, it's all 2. Wow, they want those snowflakes done in 2 strand. I think that's gonna get real messy in a 2 strand. But I guess what the heck do I know? I suppose. Yeah, I do feel like the need. Now, I am newer to this. You know, I haven't been doing this for years and years and years. I do kind of feel like that needle that came with definitely was too thick. In my opinion. I know my opinion probably doesn't count for very much. I do have a few episodes of Bookshop Simulator. Now up on the YouTube channel. And it's not a bad little game. It does get a little repetitive, but you know, you're trying to unlock different stuff. And as you go, there's more interesting things that you can unlock. There's different bookcases and there's a cafe you can unlock. So you can sell like coffee and pastries. And that's kind of another fun little element to it. So that little loopy thing right in there, that's supposed to be blank, it would seem. All right, so those three I'm going to do light. That grouping of three I'm going to do light. This grouping of three. Okay, so right down here, I've got a bit left on this stitch. Now see, if I wasn't doing like the thread saving stitch, then I think I would definitely be running into some issues here. I don't know, I like to do some thread saving stitches wherever I can get away with it, because it kills me to be doing the stitch on the front and the back at the same time when nobody's gonna see the back. And I'm like, well, that's kind of a waste of thread, isn't it? I mean, some stitches, I get it, it can't really be helped. That's just how you do that stitch. So, I mean, I do understand. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, okay, well, that wasn't intended. That hadn't been intended at all. And then right here, another guy through there. And then this guy. Ooh. Okay. Needed to change my position here. At times it keeps looking like my Kindle screen has frozen, and sometimes it does that during the stream. Sometimes. And I'm really only using that as like a backup. See the chat window? Because my head kind of looks in that direction a bit more naturally. I just didn't have room to put the second monitor where the Kindle is sitting. But just wanted to make sure I didn't have an issue going on over there. Looks like it's just slightly behind, and that is okay. I'm okay with that. It can be behind. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so yeah, my hat is dipping in a little bit at the bottom. Again, I do apologize for that. But it is helping me be less annoyed about the lights. And the fan blowing the little tiny, little wispy baby hairs into my eyeball. I have a couple of hair bands I can try to use. Sometimes they work. Sometimes the tightness of them just upsets me. Never know what kind of day it's going to be until I put them on. And sometimes, because my head is oddly shaped, or maybe it's because of my hair, they'll just start slipping up the back of my head and they won't stay put. And I'm like, if you're gonna slip out of place 5 minutes after I put you on my head, then what good are you? Honestly. So then I get mad at them and then boycott them for several months. Until I'm like, I need to try it again. Maybe it'll be better this time. Oh, one second. Sorry about that. My feet are hot. I kind of want to take my socks off, but at the same time, it's my armor against Mr. Bean. It's all I've got. And he still has a fascination with feet. I actually thought I was going to have to do the stream with him laying under my hoop stand. I was like, really, buddy? I was like, I don't think this is going to work. And you, sir, have picked the darndest place to decide to try to nap. But he ended up getting annoyed, so he moved on. He wanted to use my hand as a pillow at one point, and I'm like, guy, I need that hand. That's not gonna work right now. You're being terribly cute. And I applaud the cuteness meter, but at the same time, can't really see where I'm at here. I know my lower back is angry. It's been very pinchy today. At times here. Which has been a bit on the annoying side. Alright, yeah, I think yeah, we're definitely gonna have to rethread this guy. Because what is on here is definitely not going to be enough to finish this leafy bit. So and we'll get that guy in there. Okay, I think I am going to rethread that. I mean, I've got a little bit left on there, but at the same time, I think I'm just gonna feel better if we just go ahead and do that now. Since I know I've got some extra thread to deal with. Okay. I need to get the more strands out. So this does appear to be, each string appears to be 6 strands. So maybe I just overreacted and I was gonna have enough of this color. It's possible. But now I've kind of like locked on to my thought of the two-toned leaves. And I'm kind of wanting to see that through fully. This chicken here has 2 light brown splotches on it. Right there and right there. That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. It looks wrong. I'm gonna have to look up the fake finished image that was, okay. I don't know if it's a fake finished image, but there's an image of the finished piece. Oh, more. Not there. Okay, so then it's gonna be here. Well, it's there on that image too. I mean, it might not be a fake image, but those stitches look awfully thick for 2-strand, and it almost looks more like needle point wool. Like, something about that image just looks fake. I don't know if it's because it looks woolly. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be woolly. Like, I knew the finished piece would not look quite like that. I'm hoping that nobody out there was expecting it to look like that. Oh, did I just... Okay. Look at this guy. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's like just an over exaggeration. If they did thick strand to beef up the photo, or if that's a very doctored photo. What? Well, that's interesting. Guess I came up through the same hole. I mean, we all know that that is my specialty. At this point, it is my superpower. Since it seems to happen not on command. Here, let's see. Do we need one more? Or do we need two? That might be good. So. Jump down this way. I know, I have a weird way of doing this. Kind of more do what the instructions say, not what I'm doing, sort of thing. I am trying to follow the instructions. I'm also trying to see from not a super great angle here. Let's not wrap around that, shall we? I have cut a thread before, getting it stuck around the knob. That was not fun. I think it cut for how I was trying to get it out of there. In typical Nisey fashion, I was annoyed and kind of manhandled it, so not super shocked. Tomorrow it's supposed to be our hottest day so far of the summer, which is kind of concerning because usually August is super hot here. But our base temperature is supposed to get up to 95 here tomorrow, and I'm like, oh no. What does that mean for our feels like values? Because today it was like 90, 92. And our feels like was like at 103 is the highest I physically saw it get up to. You know, according to whatever monitoring station the news was using for this area. I'm not sure where they were getting their reports in from. Now, as of right now, we're not under any kind of advisories or anything for tomorrow, which is a little surprising. I think the area just south of us is. They were under one earlier today for feels like values of up to 109. Which, you know, not great. Definitely not anything you want to be out gallivanting around in. Oh. I feel silly with all this extra fabric all bunchied up on the edges here, but I don't want to trim it yet until I get it into its final hoop. I do believe I'm going to have to grab another hoop for this one, because the hoops I have are 4 inches. That's a little small. Yeah, a little small. So I'm going to need to get probably an 8. Probably. I think 6 is going to be cutting that a little close. Now, tomorrow we are supposed to needle felt. Hopefully it won't be an oven in here tomorrow. Won't know until tomorrow gets here. I keep feeling like I'm just missing where that needs to go in. repeatedly. But I'm also on a really tough to see angle here. I always say turn your project so you can see it. This circumstance, though, I kind of am in a bind because if I turn it enough so that I can see that top edge, you all aren't going to see anything. Because of the angle I'll have it at. It is possible to put it a little bit steeper. I just have it a little bit flatter. So you guys can see what's going on. Sorry, I double backed there. Just a second, because I could see a spot that I definitely missed. All right, that's looking a little bit better there. I'm like holding on to the thread underneath, like my life depends on it. I'm like, what am I stuck on? Your own finger, silly, your own finger. Like, you gotta let go. That's kind of how this is gonna work. Okay, so I need to try to maybe squeeze in one more stitch right there if I can. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna come up here. And just kind of try to get a bit of an angle in there. Just a bit. Hi, Mr. Dog. Welcome back. Did you have your goodie? Did you eat your sticky? I was asking Mr. Dog if he ate his dentist stick. Did you? Look at that face. Let me see your face. Let me see your face. Oh, careful. I've had fuzzes. I was trying to fix them. Hi, are you hungies? You are? You're gonna have to eat on your own this time. because I'm a little busy. It's that or Dadu has to do it. For some reason tonight, he would not eat unless I picked it up out of his bowl and put it in my hand. Yeah, I know. Daddy knows. Yes, he does. Daddy knows all about it. I know. I know. You're mad. Because things didn't happen. But it's still too hot, guy, and now it's dark out. And it's still disgustingly hot out, even though it's dark out. Yeah. I know. I know. And I'm sorry. Yeah. I know. Are you? I know, you're hungry. Yeah. Do you want chicken? You want more chicken? Okay, shh, take it down a notch. You don't have to be quite so squeaky. Okay. You really don't. Mr. Man will get that in a minute. Okay, gotta be patient. Get that one in there. And then let's get. Hi, you're back. I told you it's gonna be just a minute. Let me get this one in there. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. Just a minute. I actually really want to see what the temperature is reading in this room right now. Because this fan feels like all it's doing is blowing hot air on me. Okay. Oh my goodness. Full body thumps. Mr. Dog. What am I going to do with you, Mr. Dog? Hmm? Okay. Trying to make sure that I'm sort of in a middle line there. It's not super easy. So I'm saying my leaf stitch will become apparent at how bad I am at it when I switch to the slightly lighter color. And it's going to be a little bit easier to see it. I will say that. Maybe there. This guy. Alright. Alright, alright. I will get you. Just 1 second. Let me get this needle put in so Mr. Bean can't do anything with it. I will be right back in just a few minutes, you guys. So maybe take this time to go to the bathroom, get a drink. I will be right back. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's get back into things here. As best as we can, at least. So I checked, we have a thermometer in our room. It's like an outside one, but we had an extra one. So we put it up in our room. Now, keep in mind, the room that we are currently in is not attached to the house central air. There's something wrong with the ducts or something. The rest of the house seems to be, but this room seems to be the only one with duct work that doesn't get affected by it somehow. I mean, we can feel cold air blowing in the winter out of the vents, but that doesn't help us in the summer. It is about 85 degrees in our room right now. So it's a little sweaty, a little sticky. Guess that looks pretty good there. Alright, so the other guys I was gonna do in the other color. Now, I do see that I do have more of this. Is it enough to do all of it? I don't know. I'm debating whether or not I should add more of this color, but then it might be a little off balance. I think we'll stick with the original plan here of adding that secondary color, where I'm gonna go off script. I do like these particular hoops though. They've got that like little inner ridge on them where it seems to kind of lock the fabric into place. Come on, let go. There we go. All right. What? Did you even eat? Did you eat? Or that's barely settled, my guy. Or is bean in your food? Do I have to get up and check? Wait, you gotta give me a minute. Alright, you gotta give me just a minute here. I can't even see your bowl. Snuffles is in your bed. Where did you put his bowl?
I put him down in front of each of them.
Did he finish?
I don't know. It doesn't look like Snuffles moved, so he finished off the one bowl.
No sass from you. Hi, Bean. No sass from you either. Grab Mr. Dog. Look here, Mr. Dog. Here, I'm going to grab a empty bobbin here. And you need to let that settle before you get more. You know that. You will get some more in a little bit. Let that settle. Zuzu. No, go lay down for a little bit.
Zuzu, enough.
You can have some more, but you've got to wait a little while. If you're really that hungry, I will let you have some more. But you got to let that hit bottom first. Okay? I just don't want to give you a tummy ache. I'm going to grab... Relax. I'm going to grab my other green here. And I'll tell you what, we'll start off a little bit slow with the new shade of green. All right, we'll build up to it and see how we feel. All right, so I'll do this guy in this light green and maybe this guy. And we'll kind of take it from there. Okay. Get this threaded up here. And we'll get this guy knotted. And we'll get to see just how bad my leaf stitch is. All right. So let's see here. Like, I don't think it's a bad color combo. So maybe here to there-ish. Not quite the positioning I was wanting on that, but it will have to do. So I went with 2 strands, like just like how the pattern was calling for. So we're gonna see how we do. as we go along. Okay. Will this be perfect? Hell no. It really won't. In any way, shape, or form. As long as it looks close to what the image, what the finished image is supposed to look like, that's really all I'm shooting for. To be perfectly honest. As long as I can get that, then I will be satisfied. Okay. Sky. I mean, it's not a terrible leaf stitch. Like, I get the idea of it. I truly do. Like, hold on there, buddy. What you trying to pull off there? Don't be knotting there. You're gonna have an ugly snag that I can't detangle. Please, please do so on the backside. It's a lot easier to deal with on the other side. If you would be so kind. I mean, I do try to get out as many snags as I can. When they do happen. It's just sometimes some of them are quite a disaster. And everything I've tried just isn't working, so I either have to work around it or cut my losses and grab some more thread. Okay. So I don't know how far this particular length is gonna take me. We'll figure it out though. One way or another. Hi, buddy. You still have to wait a little bit longer before you get more. I know that's not the answer you wanted, but that's the answer you're getting. Hasn't been long enough. No. You've got to wait a little bit longer. You do. Well, it's not time yet. You can have some more in a half an hour. Okay. Why don't you go eat Snuffles? Since she didn't eat hers. Unless she did get up and eat. I heard her in the water bowl. Unless that was you. Heard somebody getting some water, so somebody got up. I just can't see the water bowl, so I don't know who it was. No. No. You're very pushy today. No, I'm sorry things didn't work out this afternoon. But I'd rather have a pushy dog that's not suffering from heat exhaustion or heat stroke than a doggo that got his way and is not feeling well. It's just been too hot. You will get more, I promise. Never knew I was gonna have to negotiate with a doggo. You will get more. It's just not gonna happen yet. It's gonna be a little bit. And he's gonna pout. He's like, fine, I'm gonna lay here. Like, alright, I guess, but it's one of the hottest spots in the house. Oh gosh, we had a St. Bernard in a very tiny bathroom that had like tile floor. So in the summer, God help you if you had to pee, because he would lay in the bathroom on top of the air conditioning vent, and he was so long that you could not shut the bathroom door because he was up against it, because the vent was right next to the edge of the bathroom door. I'm like, Mr. Dog, Mr. Dog, I have to pee. And it's very difficult to move a 160-pound St. Bernard if he has no inclination to move. And he's kind of like, make me. Did that backwards. Yes, I did. Dang it, I think I did that on one of the other ones too, but it was dark green, so it wasn't as noticeable. But, it's gonna be a lot harder to hide it in, this shade. Dang it. Okay. I think we're kind of back on track here. Kind of. And that was probably the wrong spot to come up through. Yep. Okay, tell you what. Since you all are so kind of close in there, I'll just have to do the non-thievy thread method to try to get this back to where I need it to be. Hopefully. At least in this spot. Yeah, I see you. It's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be like 30 of them. 25 of them. I told you, you need to let that food settle first. I don't want you eating yourself silly and then getting sick because you ate too fast and too much. You gotta wait a minute. You can sass me all you want. I want to fill that spot. There's like one little spot there that was like white that was being kind of fussy about me bringing the needle up through there. Look, you already made me make one mistake because I was too busy fussing with you. Or you were too busy fussing at me and had me distracted. One of those. And I'm not opposed to you getting more dinner. So this will be your third snack of the evening. but I do ask that we let that settle a little bit, and then you can have some more. Yeah. I'm not asking for a whole lot, guy. I'm really not. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying let's take a moment and digest that first. That's all I'm saying. All I want is to just give that a minute. You can grr at me all you want. It's gonna be a minute. Yeah. It is. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I can make that noise too.
Susie. Susie.
Oh, we've been arguing about this for like the past 10 minutes. Oh, Mr. Dog. Yeah. I know, I'm just the worst. I am the worst human ever because you're not getting your third snack roll of the evening right this very second. The travesty. I mean, it's not like you don't have clean water and Tritos. You got a bath the other day because you rolled in something stinky. Without warning. That's usually the way it goes, though. And we went and bought you shampoo to help with the itchies. And we try to take you places when the weather allows for it. I've cooked meals specifically for you. I am just the worst doggy mommy, huh? I'm not the greatest leaf stitch there, but okay. I was also kind of working on that one a little bit backwards, I think. Yeah. All right. So do I want to do this one next or this one next? I'm kind of thinking maybe this one next. I hear you. You're being a brat, but I do hear you. Mr. Doggo. Yeah, I know. Old man is grumpy. Old man is demanding tribute. There's nothing new about that. fully aware. Okay. We'll get that. Kind of worked into there. Just trying to split up. Sections a little bit. At least just a little. Oh my goodness.
Zuzu, enough.
Zuzu the swamp
Enough.
monster.
Enough.
No, never enough.
Come here, right now.
He's demanding tribute.
What is this on the side of your butt? What did you?
What?
What did you even get on your butt? Where?
Do you need my help?
No. How did you even manage?
Oh my goodness. This old man doggo tonight is being such a handful. Though he usually does become quite sassy at this time of night lately. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted to have happen. That's not what I wanted to happen at all. That wasn't according to plan. I think that I am going to need to rethread this here. That's not quite enough thread to get us very far. I feel bad because I haven't gotten super far on this guy. It is only July 8th, but I've got quite a few other things that I need to get through. Plus, I'm in the middle of editing that Bob Ross inspired piece. Oh, can I get one more? Can I get one more thread out of this? And still, oh, I might need more than one. Still have enough to tie off here. Maybe. I mean, that side wasn't too bad. But I will say it is oh so hot in here. Summer's rough for getting streams in just because of how hot it is. Like, I was trying to do it a bit later at night because it's usually a little bit cooler than having everything hot running during super hot times of the day. Yeah, like that one's much better than that one. That one's a bit of a hot mess there. Alright, is that a... I think I accidentally bumped, like my elbow bumped my camera earlier today. And I think it kind of nudged it a little crooked. But, it's fine, I think. It might be a little askew, but, I think we're okay. It might just be like the angle that I've got everything positioned in. Oh gosh, that's like way out of position. Nothing I seem to do is really gonna help with that too much. Alright. So we did get a little bit done tonight. I am melting, so I think we are going to stop there for tonight. We got a little bit done, and we'll pick this back up. We might do a Saturday stream. We'll see. We'll see how hot it is. We'll see what the weather is. No promises on that. But if I had another stand, I would have 2 projects going at once. But I only have the one stand. I mean, I do have the metal one, but the metal one's not so good for recording. I still have to kind of hold it. But you know, this one's truly hands-free. But I think we will pause there. And we did get a little bit done tonight. I did finish up with the dark green. We got some dark green up there. And I finished up, I think, down here as well. And then we got started on this slightly lighter green. I made such a mess of that first one because I was thinking, oh, well, we're going to slant them this way. And then I was going the wrong way on that side. It's fine. My mom's not going to notice. Her vision is not that great. So one little foo bar there is probably not going to be all that standoutable. Tomorrow, we will try to be back tomorrow. I think they might be calling for some weather. Let me double check here. Oh, it finally feels like, well, it's 81 and feels like 89. Let's see. Tomorrow night's stream, we're going to put a question mark on it. Because they're showing a model of about 4 p.m. with a line of storms off to our west. It kind of depends on how long it takes that to push through. We're going to play tomorrow by ear. We will see. Yeah, but then the hourly, it doesn't look like... Oh. Yeah, no. On the hourly, the highest chance of any kind of rain is like 8%, so I don't know, it could fall apart. They're calling for thunderstorms on Saturday and Saturday night. So, might not be able to get that bonus stream in on Saturday. Unless I do it like way early in the day. So it probably won't happen this week. But hey, we got a little bit done. So tomorrow we'll try to do the needle felting stream. We've not been having a good track record lately. Friday we should be able to get in Planet Zoo. I don't see any weather concerns too much there. So, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So don't forget to follow the social links down below. That will take you to the Ko-fi, where I have a gallery of most of the stuff I've done. I still have to add that last embroidery piece I did. And, you know, if anybody wants to support the stream through there, that's fine. It'll go to, I think, the husband's PayPal account. So it might say like Mr. Bright or Mr. Nisey or something. It's me. It's both of us. And then we've got a link to the Blue Sky, which is, you know, like X, Twitter, but, you know, not as damaging to my brain. And then there is a link to the YouTube channel. I don't have anything up on eBay right now. I have to change the bank account that's on there, so nothing's really going to be going up. We closed that account, so the bank was going to start charging $5 a month to keep it open, and I'm like, that account doesn't see, like, any transactions hardly, so you're just going to be taking my money. So I'm not a fan of that. So we ended up closing that account. So I have to switch out the account. So I won't have anything up on eBay for quite some time. So if the link is still there, which I'm not sure if it's still visible or not, don't pay any attention to it. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Hopefully, weather permitting, for some needle felting, because I really do want to get some more work on that done. I hope everybody stays cool. Tries to, because I'm melting. And until next time, you guys, have a good one.